There we go. Okay, he is an accomplished art teacher, and his work is a unique blend of East meets West in artistry, and it's a style that he refers to as transism in reference to his constantly evolving interests, which include observations on modern life, a love of music, and an exploration of his own unique heritage. So Yuming, welcome, and take it away.
Thank you. So can I share the screen now? Maybe, let me see.
I think you should be able to.
Okay, let's see. Share.
There we
All
go.
right.
Yay.
Okay, see.
Yes.
It's here on my table. Let me
Yes.
pull the other screen on my other screen so I can see you all. Happy New Year. So glad to see everyone. So quite a while now, huh? Let me just pull the screen so I can see you too. So yeah. All right. So you probably will see two screens. One is the one I'm going to paint and show here. The other is you can probably see me, right? You can see both.
Yes.
All right. I see some nod. Bob didn't,
We
Yes,
see your arm.
but
Yes.
you can see this one. This one, right?
Just that, yes, just
That's
that.
important. Okay, you can ignore me.
We
But I'm so
never
glad to see
ignore
you
you.
all. Okay, yeah, that's so happy to see you and Happy New Year. And so if I speak too soft or whatever, turns away from the microphone and let me know. Okay. So I'm going to do today, as invited, Sally, thank you for, and I'm going to do also some calligraphy and a couple of painting, Sumi style of rabbit. Okay. And I like to explain something first because there's sometimes, like you can see in Japanese calendar, they just using this word and us the rabbit. Okay, I explain itself. Actually, the character itself, it is not the rabbit. This is the rabbit. But because this one used as the rabbit, I will tell you some reasons for my understanding. Okay, and so in the calculation of the year, the lunar year calculating, it is by two branches. One is called heavenly branch and the other earthly branch. Okay, the heavenly branch, it's only have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 10. Okay, but there's also characters associated together. And then earthly branch and have 12, like A, B, C, D, if we can go all the way to L. Okay, so usually the year starting from the 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D, till 10J, and then because this is run out of 10, and the 1 and the K, 2 and the L, 3 and the A, 4 and the B. When 1 and M meet, how many years do you know? 60 years. So 60 years as a turnaround. So when the same characters meet again. Okay. So earthly branch have 12, like A all the way to L, but each, of course, in the characters, and it has the 子丑寅卯辰巳午末. That's all have 12 characters. This is also calculating our time, a day. In old days, 2 hours put it together as one characters. So from the midnight, 11 o'clock to 1 a.m., it is 子时 from that one, the A. Okay, and from 1 to 3, and usually you can just remember it's a 12 and a 2, and the 2 it's the 丑, and so that's why all 12 hours calculating all 24 hours. Did I lose anyone?
No,
So
no.
this is okay. So that's why, and it has all this. Coincidentally or what, but actually it's a calculation. it is, you know, in the Asian, that's the zodiacs. The, you know, actually even the Western, we also have the 12 zodiac, right? But you know, the Chinese one that does have the rats or the mouse. I like the mouse better than the rats. Ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, and sheep, and monkey, chicken or rooster, dog, and the pig. Those are coordinating together with this. Like the A, it's 12 o'clock, the midnight is the mouse, the first starting. So now the year by count this year, still this year, actually even 2023 now, but by the lunar calendar year, it's still the year of the tiger. So that's the tiger associated with that yin. So the next year, it's coming January, actually 23rd of this year, it's starting. And that will be the rabbit year. The rabbit is that associated, that word, Mao. So that's why in Japanese calendar and the celebration, they just use this one rather than using the rabbit. But by itself, it is counting the year and it's counting the time. And then, you know, it's not a rabbit itself, the word, but it's symbolize the time and then the zodiac sign. So when you see the Chinese writing the one, and if you see any of those words, you will know associate together. For example, like the simple one, A, you know the A, that must be the year of the rat. Does it make sense? It's quite complicated in some way, you know, but that's why I just want to explain that's the word. Sometimes people say the mouth, this is characters, but if you take that out, if you're looking up in the dictionary, it doesn't say rabbit. It didn't explain as a rabbit, but it is a count by the year. It's, you know, also by the time and associate together with the rabbit. So that's why it symbolizes it is the rabbit year. The self, it's not the rabbit. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to write a couple of those and the characters and show you, and then we will do some paintings also. I just show you the okay. All right. So let's write, let's see, you can see that and how far you can reach, see, and then maybe let me put this one on the side. You can still see that, right? Okay. And so the rabbit, that character, so I used two different brushes. Actually, I can just use one. It's nice to use a little bit soft here brush, the combination towards the soft end to write all the characters. Particularly, I will show you a little bit different style of the characters in called seal carving style. First, the printing style, the rabbit, their characters. Can you see? Don't forget a little bit tail. So that's the rabbit. Okay. And then this is called a printing style or regular. And then let's do a little bit seal carving style. One. That's also the rabbit. Okay, the seal carving style. So the seal carving style is still more like a pictorial. It looked like the eyes and tell you, and the ear comes up. Okay, so that's the more pictorial. And then the Lee style in between, actually, in between that one, it's very similar. Then already the printing style. People have a different way of writing that one. So, okay. So this is the rabbit, the characters. And then the mall, that's the associated time and the year. The printing style. Okay, that's the printing style. And for this, they actually have a couple of different. So that's the same one, but it's the seal carving style. And then the Lee style. So the Lee style already start to stay away from the pictorial. It has become more characterized until more modern, later years using the printing style. Okay, so that's the characters. Any questions? Anyone? No. So
Beautiful.
it's okay. I can move on. We can move on to the painting. Okay. Yeah, I think that if you have questions, I think you can unmute and ask, right?
That was wonderful, Yuming. Thank you.
Thank you. And that's one of the things, it's bad things like online, sometimes like you want people muted, but then also you don't know the feedback. So, right? Yeah. Okay. Now let's do some painting. I did have some more sketch. If you can see, a couple of times I sketch. I have a little bit hate and a love relationship with rabbit these days. When I was young, I actually, at that time we were very poor, and then but I was able to have a pet, 2 rabbits, and then one they separate and I give it to some other people, and then I have one. It's a fluffy white rabbit I love so much. I think my grandma was on the chair, but stepping down accidentally, step on the rabbits. So that's the first time my trauma, at that time was experienced the death, so I hardly and always loved the rabbit until these 2 years, 3 years now, more, or actually more, even before the pandemic started. I noticed Washington State suddenly have more rabbit taking over. They start to chase all the squirrels away, even squirrels do hard damage, but then the rabbits did a lot of damage to my gardens, and the bamboo. So in the springtime, I have to fight with them to who get the bamboo shoots first. I want to eat it. But, actually it's a lot of bamboo shoots. The problem is they not like eat one shoot. They nibble all the softer tips and then kill them. That really frustrates me. And I trying to wrap around and all those, and they're smart and endurance. Even I put all the fence now, they dig the hole and trying to get in. So and make me start to have nightmares, So how to fight against the rabbit, but they're still so cute. So that's why I try to paint it today. Sometimes I draw, and I take quite a lot of photos. And I have the bamboo and the rock and the rabbit. It's a perfect painting. Bamboo, rock, and rabbit. It is perfect. But I couldn't find the painting, the photos I took. That's why I'm trying to understanding myself and I say, it's something I trying to just delete it or ignore it or what's happening, So anyway, I love to draw sometimes. If you can see some, draw from the now, and I'm getting some reference, from the internet. I try to draw them directly, So anyhow, and I'm going to do 2 things and two paintings. Trying to do a little bit quick, fast, and more expressive. make sure that you can see everything. Okay. Here, here. You can see all. All right. Okay. So here, just some suggestions. And little bit of bunny tails. And I chose a very thin one to put to some. When it's dry, I come back tiny bit. I tried not to come back too much. And then the next one, I put a little bit. So I start from this one, it's from the butt first. And this one I like to have just the eye first. It's quite wet. Okay, it's one. Can you see?
Yes.
So one rabbit is looking up the moon. Usually the rabbits associate together with the moon. So this one is looking at this one. So it's the connection. And this one actually have 5 elements I'm trying to put into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the bamboo, some bamboos to pull together and also up to make it circulation. But this one, make sure the head is up. Okay. And I used the long fiber paper, so it's make it bleeding here, and it's more dark here, and then this is a little bit light. So they are more reciprocal, and I'm trying to look at the moon. And in the Chinese culture, and always rabbit is associated mostly with the moon or jade, you know, so like this, you know, the color is the jade color. Okay. Okay. I do another one. Shall I do another one? Is okay?
Sure, you bet.
Okay. Maybe. Okay. Let's see. I have to move this one. Yeah. Let me show you one I did also prepare for that one. And this is the rabbit with attitude. With all the red one, it's very straightforward standing here. And I put my bamboo shoots and the connecting and to the top two, flying ear, and then the small one. So it's light, and here it's make a, yeah, very bold. It's looking at me dearly straight with some a little bit red eyes. So. And I tried to paint the rabbits, make them a little bit more cute, you know, but not cartoonish. So trying to finding the balance out of it. Okay, so let's just do another one. I usually starting like either the from the, but doesn't matter actually, you know, and sometimes it's from the eye first. And let's see, I put one eye here. Make sure they have a cheek. This one, the leg. Yeah, just the 3 dots. I don't put that one. Don't put the legs even here. This is, I painted on the paper. It's the Four Gentlemen paper. You guys probably know. And I have the imprints on it. Can you see that? That's the, I didn't paint that one. It is the imprint on it. But now I'm making it lightly. And the new year coming. So the plum blossom is blooming.
Cheryl. Oh, yes. Yeah, I was just, I didn't know what this was conceived, and I didn't know, I didn't want to check or anything if I didn't know what it's for. Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay. And so rabbit associates with the plum blossom. And so the plum blossom, maybe just a little bit dark here. Okay. Associates with the, the new year. And the title is Wang Chun Tu. This is the same sound. It's like a looking forward, the new year, looking forward to the spring. But however, this one, it's also make it prosperous, fruitfulness, good. So it's a wish for everyone here and everything, myself and all those healthy, happy, joyful, hopefully that we were getting a very good, rabbit year. So adios for this the passing pandemic for the years. So this is a one, it's like looking forward, but at the same time, the sound is looking forward, but it is wish it's a healthy, happy, fruitful prosperity with. Okay, the new year.
That's a beautiful painting, Yiming, and I think it's a great idea to use this kind of paper for composition ideas like background or part of the painting, because I have some of these papers and I was trying to think, okay, how can I best use them for practice? And this is a great idea.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because it's a, even some composition, I don't worry, and I just arrange the front to the composition and then utilize all that,
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, it is a great idea. If you all want to unmute to ask Yiming any questions,
Yeah.
you're certainly welcome to do that.
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
So actually stuff from, I was invited back to teach at the Seattle Central College. And I used to teach there for a long time, and I quit because the parking and the traffic is so awful. And I introduced a gentleman. I think some other people took his classes also at the Seattle Central. But since the pandemic and no one teach, and I teach in the Bellevue College, but the Bellevue College, they just basically abort the whole, evening the teaching classes. So the Seattle Central asked me to go back, and I said, I don't want to teach, come to on the campus. It's parking, and it's so bad, the traffic. That's a Zoom class. It's online. So yeah, I think that's if you want, look in the Seattle Central College, and I started from this month 11th. So 5 Wednesday evening, 2 hours a class. So I think some of you already received that one, and I sending the link from the Seattle Central College. So anyway, so
Good
sorry for the
information.
commercial
Thank
analysis.
you.
Yeah.
So
Question?
do people still have time to sign up?
Oh yeah, I think so, because the school was just happened again today. So last 2 weeks they closed also, yeah. But you can
Okay.
register online, but then yeah, so you can Seattle Central, if you typing Sumi Chinese painting or something like that, or type my name and it should be pop up, and then you have to register directly from the college. So and
Thank you.
email me, yeah. Okay. Any questions about the paintings and others? So I tried to show you, and just using the one brush stroke sliding down, and we always talking about those like sliding stroke, and like here, and I just to put the imprints almost like 3 the cross things, but no legs on it. So and same thing is like this.
Well, now in that painting, in the first painting, you said you wanted 5 elements.
Yeah.
So how did you determine 5 rather than 3 or 7?
I think 5 is the best, right?
I think 5 is the best. I guess that's what I'm asking.
Maybe 7 is a good number always, 7 it's always a magical number in all culture, probably. It is unconquered, hard to conquer that numbers. For example, like I said, no paper can be folded 7 times, more than 7 times. 7 is the end. You cannot folding paper more than 7. Okay, so for example, like that. Okay, but 7, it's like the week, it's and all those. But 3 can be good, but also sometimes can be a little bit lonely. And so I decide, actually like this one, 3, it's enough if you just want it open. If you don't have this, of course, we talk about it, we try to avoid 4, right? So, and the odd number, it's better. And the large and a little bit smaller, these eye together, and this one's, he's looking at me, but she said, no, I'm looking at the moon, So ignore him. So this 3 can be already triangularized, and then, but this one, the rock, scholar rock, and the bamboo, it's adding it, leaving some space, but then it can pull the eyes up to the moon too. So yeah, so that's why the 5 elements.
I think it's interesting
yeah,
that the moon, you did the negative painting. You paint outside of the moon instead of the moon itself. That's interesting.
And also only half or quarter, you know, so.
Mm.
So that's right. Thank you for notice that. Yeah.
I like the thought of triangularized. I mean, I think that helps think about the connectivity between the elements too.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah. And actually, if you're painting more rabbits and then the eyes connecting together, it's very important. You know, also, let me see this one. So this one, you know, I did. This one is so bold in the front. It's a big element. So to counterbalance it, it's a two over there. They are more grouping together. So, and so they're more together, but it's still away, quite away. So they became a small group in here by linking together with all the, you know, abstract some bamboo shoots. Actually, I did those all very fast, and just like I'm just doing it. So sometimes like you want it's not that much bleeding, and then you can be slowed down, you know, slowing down or those. So, and let me show you one more. Oh, I just didn't want to painting drop down. So I got all the elements of the rabbit. I did one. I painted on the, it's very light. Don't know whether you can see it. So I'm trying to wash even this one a little bit background, and the two hiding behind, and the same thing, this one looking up. This one, it's much more older one, and but instead of go straight, the head go this way, the body goes the other way. So I have the wash, it's light wash. This is on the cicada wing. It's non-bleeding. So, and which is fun. I love those kind of non-bleeding effect, but then it's the water and ink reacted. So, and this two coming here, and here another two. So like this is flying here, the rabbits. Yeah, but that's one, it's further away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, Sally, I got a 7 now, 7 rabbits here. So, so it's quite light. Yeah, so it probably needs to more to pushing up, you know. So anyway, so that's the ideas. So this is still the focal one, and this one, that's why I let it get out of the paper, and that's this two. And way far away, it's a little bit shy over there. Oh, you know, interesting. This is so thin paper. I was put on here, and I see the face a little bit red. Actually,
Right.
it's the bleeding. Now it's idea. Maybe that's good. I will put a little bit of red hint on here, you know. It shies straight away, you know, but looking at the people, you know, looking at all the other buddies. So yeah. So
Yeah.
and I just trying to wash it and leaving some white space, but less because I can show the body it's the white, but the rest of it and try to wash it. So
Did you
so
do
this
the
is
wash beforehand or after?
no, I
the
actually
rabbit?
painted and then wash, and I can wash more because I try to put those kind of smaller abstract lines, you know,
Mm,
and the weeds, top of the grass, and all those, and then I wash it again. And now actually I can do, because this paper you can do several layers. It's no problem.
Oh.
So, and if you want to have a more bleeding effect, you see like this, when you do it, it's wet on wet. Otherwise, you can do a little bit more and then let it dry and then wash again. So, this is
and what is the name of that paper again?
the cicada wing, like a
Cicada wing.
Yeah,
Cicada wing.
it's a size, the paper. Yeah, I love to paint the landscape even on this one. It's a very fun paper. So okay.
That's great. You know, it's really interesting to see the importance of the connectivity between the elements. I mean, and the way you do that with the way the rabbits are facing or looking at each other. And,
Yeah.
but it's so important. When I'm teaching Western calligraphy, it's the same thing. When you're doing a finished piece, you have to somehow ensure that those elements are connected. And
That's right.
it's interesting the way you do that with the rabbit's eyes and the way they're facing. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. So like they're talking to each other. The eyes, this one looking here, and then this one goes up, and you know, so they more even like this one. So almost all, but this one, just the body turns around instead of like the other one, the body, more. So this one, the body goes this way because they
Yeah.
are more head on head. So it needs to be size wise and pushed up, So actually, this is also involved with the Asian painting, the Chinese painting, the perspective. So you can push the things up, make it like further looking, not necessarily be always on the ground, but that's always like you're on a high place and it's looking down. So, but this one, actually, this one has more tension even to twisting the body, because this one, the body goes this way. This one goes this, but the body goes almost the same direction, but then the head turns around. It creates some more tension, so. Yeah.
It's
I
wonderful.
do sketch a lot on the small one composition wise, and not only this, sometimes the other painting, sometimes I'm also spontaneous. When I paint on the paper, you have to use in the spontaneity, but then you have sometimes composition, but the accidents always happen, and then you follow your instinct and the spontaneity and to trying to make it work, right? That's always important. So, but sketch on the small sketchbooks and all those composition always says some good idea, but don't lose spontaneity. But spontaneity take a lot of practice, of course, and then you go. Even after setting out to me, I did practice several, I just to say, wow, I don't paint the animals that much, and I have to do it, and and lots of in the garbage can. So, yeah.
So you mean when you do this, do you think about the animal itself first, or do you think about the whole composition first, the design?
Good question. And actually, like today, I show you, I have the design already in general. Okay. So, but the animal also is part of the design. And like I said about the tension, how they create more interesting, elements into it. Because the rabbits, it is the more like this one, the rabbits, and particularly like this, it's the main theme. So that's part of the, important of the composition. But then when I do this, for example, like this one, that's a very complicated, good question. Sometimes it's so hard to say because I utilize this fan shape, but I know I have the rabbits, of course. Do I want it to that goes inside, it turns the heads around inside? Actually, I did, thank you. I will show you one. I use the other one. See that one?
Oh,
This is it goes
That's
inside.
wonderful.
And almost like kissing the, okay. I was originally thinking about this one today, but people already know me. I'm a very moody person. I change so much. Just a minute ago, I'm thinking about the let's go outside, So I don't know why, and it just happened. That's why I'm showing over there, and I'm thinking about painting this, because that's the original design. Okay, it is a little bit more normal. It comes in and inside and all of this, but this one it's a little bit abnormal. It's more rebellion, but still it's within it. So I want to break it out, and so. And when I think about this one, and actually I did thought about this.
oh,
So I think I want to sign at the back,
oh.
and so looking forward in the front. Yeah. So if it's more long paper and the other way, yeah, you can do this one, but the fan was a little bit upside down. And I was even trying to painting the one stood up, it's the rabbit that just stood up and looking. Yeah. So, and if it's the animal involved also, and that's actually a good question. But that reminds me, and also when I painted even the flowers and everything, human figures, I think the importance is put the emotion. I think that's I trying to be. Like I said, I have a hate and love relationship. And I first was setting out to me, and I tried to paint the rabbit as ugly. And I was thinking, no, I still have some like the satisfaction they're eating my bamboos. So I tried to make it a little bit more friendly, chubby, it's almost like my memories about the rabbit, the white. So yeah, those are all the things and the elements you thought about. Painting animal, particularly their eyes and all those, it is very important. So they were talking to each other, how that, okay. But starting from where, it is up to you. You saw me, I starting this one from the butt, and I want to make sure, because actually that's the body, the head goes up. So this one is starting eye looking at, and this one it's more look like a feminine, more this one look a little bit ugly male. So, so and
So I have a question, Yiming, about that particular painting, the rabbit on the right, the one you said looks more male. You did that ear with a beautiful, graceful stroke. I was really admiring that, the ear in the foreground, and then you put a little bit of a border around it. And then I was wondering why you decided to put the border, the black border around that ear.
to give a
You
little bit
can
accent.
remember.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes I don't, and I just sense it. At that time, I just put the side stroke, because the rabbit ear, they do have the inner, let's say about like the joint, actually have two and then one, they have like the following. So that's why the three lines in general speaking. So, and I have this one, you notice the first, good eye, and I have this one's heavier and this one's light. So this one almost turns in the one, and then I just to give a little bit more accent and to put it up. So
Really
and
beautiful.
to emphasize it, yeah. But like this one, I emphasize, and this one definitely I don't want it to. Just like this, even the two ear, it's one that's heavy, it's one light. So if they are both the same value, and then a little bit boring. So maybe that's why. Yeah, now you're asking me, now thinking about all the reasons, but at the time I just sense it. I don't
Just
know.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I
Very
try to
beautiful.
explain everything. It feels like I'm an expert and understand. No, I just sense it. But of course, that the sensibility is important, particularly in the Sumi style, art, so spontaneous. So.
And the ears are so conducive to that lovely sweeping stroke, quick stroke too.
Yeah, thank you. And also, you probably also, not this, even the sometimes like when I have did that, and which one, and then this the ear, it's even has the redness in it. I even have the red. I didn't wash it totally, so it could be an accident, but I think it's good. Its eyes are a little bit red, and the red flowers and the picking up, and it's a light tone, who cares?
Sometimes if you look at a rabbit or a hare and the sun is behind them, their
Oh,
ears
yeah,
look
it's
red.
red. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Because of the blood vein in it,
Yeah.
it is, yeah. See?
That's lovely.
Thank you. Any questions?
I think it's wonderful to let the line bleed a little bit, so it shows a little fuzzy, like a hairy, kind of borderline. That's beautiful.
That's right. Yeah. Could you hold on a second? Let me try to find another paper I did. Exactly the question, Alice. Just hold on a second.
Okay.
That tail is a good example because it
Yes.
just looks fluffy.
It's just looking at the tail.
Even like here. Okay. So like this one. It is on the or the Pima paper. It's semi-absorbent, almost non-absorbent. Okay. So to get that effect, actually, I was wetted with the clear water first, damp it, and I put that one because I like to getting a little bit fuzzy.
Oh, yeah.
You see
Oh,
that?
yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It's a focus now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just like this, even on the hairy here, the legs.
Okay. Oh, nice.
I have a little bit wet here, or wet, and then paint on it. You see that? It's just for like the hairy. Yeah. I'm sorry, I maybe should have buy more expensive. This is a $40 or $60, but maybe some other
Wow.
people said that they have $200. I don't know. In the camera, they can see more clearly. But can you see it? And I lifted up. You can see
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Okay, so
Can you
Yeah.
turn that over? I'd like to see that one that's on the other side.
oh,
Looked like a very sweet face.
this
Oh.
one.
Oh, look at the eye on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Let's see.
Oh.
Cute.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Just cut that out. See that? I like, yes, the eye, it's the bleeding and nice, right? But still
Yeah.
has the, and it's the ear. See, here's the end. It's a dry brush coming out.
Mhm.
But here it's also the wet, and I have a little bit dark on it. You see, that's a bleeds. Let it be like that one. Some more accidental. Yeah. So it is fun.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So you Ming, when you work into wet, have you sprayed the paper or do you do a stroke in wet and
You
then
can spray. You can spray.
okay.
And actually, it's a good question. And actually, I sometimes spray, Darcy, I do opposite. And on this paper,
Yeah.
or even on non-absorbent, I using the strong spray to push it out. It creates effect. But it's
Right.
a little bit better control. I using those, my hockey brush,
Yeah.
Oh.
and I wet it. But you have to also control how wet it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's too wet, that's out of control. So you a little bit dry, dampen it, and if it's too wet, and you using some other paper, absorbent paper or paper towel to soak it first, dab it, and then it's basically you start to working on wet.
Right.
You need to control the timing. See, that's the thing: timing, speeding, even the pressure, of the brush. That's all. But you want to control, but sometimes the accident comes beyond you want, and a happy accident usually happen. That's great. If not that happy, and then take it, pick it up. So, and that's what I like, the fluidity of the sumi painting.
Right.
Even I painting oil, I notice I always starting very nice, loose, and all those. I even thought about last night a lot. I'm thinking, what's my oil? And I'm working on one oil, big one, and then start to notice and too much work on it. And I lost the passion, could be, and also it became too solid, and it's no fun because my style, even I trying to blending the Asian art into my oil and vice versa, and I put some color and the Western things into my sumi painting. But then I noticed and I start to do, and I just falls into I just doing the same thing as the oil. It's getting too tedious and all those, and so yeah, trying to respect. I'm saying that one actually. I'm saying it to myself. Remind myself. It's not saying to you, and I actually truly remind myself. Try to be myself, and even in the oil, so.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ming, for sharing
Thank
all
you.
this with us.
Thank you. It's always so good to see you guys.
It's good to see you too. And Alice, you
Yeah.
might talk Ming into a couple of these images for the directory.
Yes, I will. I
Okay.
took some photos. So if it's okay with you, Ming, I will include these in the directory. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Any
maybe
other
I can take
questions?
some shots of those and send to you, Alice, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so-
Okay.
but yeah,
If
you can
have-
take it from here, so that doesn't matter, don't worry. Yeah,
Yeah, I took some. Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
great. Thank you.
Other questions for Ming?
Ming, you want to talk about the symbolism of rabbit in Chinese culture?
Oh,
Do you know?
okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. And like I said, rabbit, it's usually symbolize the softness and jade and the bring the happiness. It's everything the Chinese, the symbol, it's a little bit of contradictory in sometimes. because it is also associated to moon, and usually the associated together in the Chang'e. I don't know whether people know that one. It's the fairy lady, flying into the moon,
Mm.
long time ago, and then
Yeah.
so the rabbits accompany her. It's a little bit loneliness, but that's the rabbits bring the happiness and joy, and the characteristics. It's the rabbits. It's much more, in general speaking, it's soft, tender, nice. Okay, and like that's why lots of time people like to painting the rabbits in it, and it's even adding the prosperity on it. Usually put the jade, and then in the painting I'm searching it also before the Chinese old masters painting, the jade, 富贵, and associated together, and 富贵, that means prosperity, and the wealth, but not in a gaudy way. It's in that much more pure sense about the wealth, and so that's usually it's the rabbits, and people also symbolize the rabbits. It's the lovable things. It's more cuddling, cute, so yeah. So, well, you know what? It's a very controversial these days, and there's one message I saw. There's a 4 design about stamps. One from Hong Kong, one from Taiwan, and one from Japan. Okay, and one from mainland China. All the others very prosperity, beautiful, nice, and a cutie. And then the Chinese is done by a famous Sunni artist. I don't know what the heck in his mind at that time, designed the it's a very bold, straight to the rabbits. It's dark blue than this, that line, and then with the one hand, human hands actually turns into the human hands, and holding the calendar, the other one holding a pen. I don't understand what that symbolized. And his eye was bloody red. It's more like a devil, and people just all question what it is about, why it is that one. And lots of negative comments, but I think he tried to say something, but I don't think I think that. Yeah, it is a very weird looking, the rabbits, it's almost like from hell, the rabbit.
Oh,
Yeah, it is, so
The bunny from hell.
yeah.
That's the one that eats the tops of the bamboo shoots.
Right.
Yeah, the either one. But that one, but those Still My Garden one is still cute, I actually I enjoy them when, particularly in the summertime, they play, of course, they have lots of baby, of course, they're active, so that's one thing. So, and in the summer times, I see in my garden, and I will see one rabbit, they are facing each other like this. And then one suddenly charge onto the other, then the other one jump it up, and then lets the other one passing, and then go.
oh,
And it turns around and the charge, and they sometimes take turns, and it's very funny. Yeah. I have plenty of bamboo to share. It's no problem. But you can hold on to one, or eat that, finish that one, rather than you kill all the others. So yeah. I couldn't find the stamps, but that's why it's very unique, strange. Yeah, I don't know, because that's actually break all the symbolism of the rabbit. The wealth, the cuteness, and all those, but that one is just like the redness. It's not. I think it's not like this redness. This redness. Oh, now this one bleeding. Oh, this one's starting getting evil now. So much like this is cute, but that one is red and firing and just like staring at you. But that's maybe the powerful thing. But it does look like comes out from the hell. So.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Thank you. Yeah, rabbit is always fun, more fun to paint than tiger is more complicated. You cannot do this. But yeah, some Sumi style of stroke, you know, I did a couple of things. And I actually changed my cat into a tiger, you know, one painting I did. Yeah, that's it. Just the adding the you know, the stripes on the heads and all those, and then making it a tiger cat. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yu
Good.
Ming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Happy
This
New
was
Year.
great.
Happy New Year.
Happy
to
New
everyone.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Here.
Okay. See you guys soon.
And, okay, thank you, Yu Ming. And let me remind you that this can be an opportunity at the end of our meetings. Hold on here.
Can I
No.
stop sharing?
Trying to come back to
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
there we go.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so
This
much.
at the end of our meetings can be an opportunity for us to share. I just want to remind you. So keep that in mind. And as you create your rabbits or whatever you're painting these days, if you want to send them to me, if we get enough, we can put them into a quick sharing PowerPoint that we can share at the end of the meetings. So just a reminder about that. And don't forget your Ikebana challenge. Now that we have some new pictures to paint from and so many things to think about and do. Let's make this a year of creativity. So with that, all of you, again, Happy New Year, and we'll be in touch.
Are you encouraging us to produce like rabbits?
Yes.
I guess that's kind of a good way to put it.
Think about it. Think about it. That's right.
All right, take
Happy
care,
New Year.
everyone, and we'll see you again very soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.